Good morning, everyone. This is a pre-recorded video. I decided to do this before I went to work. I was wondering if anybody went to dinner this weekend. Now let me stop that. The correspondence dinner was this weekend. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that, but we're going to take a little look at it rather. It's basically when media or journalists and the government kind of have dinner together and they joke about each other. It's been going on, I want to say, since 1920. And it's where the president usually comes and he kind of gets roasted a little bit. And, he roasts some people. Barack Obama's probably the last president who did it because Donald Trump didn't go to any of them. I think because of thin skin. But let's just take a look at it. These are very interesting to me because it's kind of like how they say politics equals strange bedfellows, and this would be a primary example of that. But it's good too, where we just gonna take a look because even I think Biden had a real good little speech in there. So let's just take a little look real quick of how it goes down. Be celebrities there. Fair use, fair use, fair use. Of course, Sonny Holston. That's it. I don't know who that guy is. I want to say I seen Pete Davidson in here somewhere. I see a lot of people. See, that's Al Sharpton right there. Okay, Gail King. It's just look at that. Like, what am I doing here? It's kind of like the Oscars for journalists. If I could break it down a little bit easier, say that. I never it. Let's fast forward a little bit. And they give out various awards. It's something I want y'all to see though. Look at that shirt. The pomp and stance. Look at it. It's just like literally folks eating. But they highlighted these two African American ladies. I'm trying to find that real quick. Give me 1 second, guys. This might be.
I am grateful. I am grateful to the WHCA for so much, for the deep friendships that I've formed, for the professional and personal support during so many challenging times, and for allowing me to continue.
Let's watch it for a
And I
little
quote, I'm so proud of my son because he is sitting next to the President of the United States tonight. And that is a really big deal. Miss Mona went on to say that from the time Stephen was 5, he was writing scripts. He was
they highlight these
about him. He's amazing.
Sorry.
Out against her was that she was Black and that she was female. She landed a job in Washington, D.C., writing for the Associated Negro Press, a wire service for Black-owned papers. In 1947, Alice Dunnigan became the first female Black reporter credentialed to cover the White House.
I am James Johnson, Jr., and Ethel Lois Payne was my aunt.
This is Ethel Payne. For Ethel Payne, the path to journalism began when she was denied admission to law school because of the color of her skin.
You couldn't control your opportunities, so you had to be prepared for what.
Can you imagine that, y'all? Oh, dang, I messed up. I'm sorry. Yeah. To be denied entry into a school because of your skin tone. Let me get right back to these ladies.
Out against her was that she was black and that she was female. She landed a job in Washington, D.C., writing for the Associated Negro Press, a wire service for black-owned papers. In 1947, Alice Dunnigan became the first female black reporter credentialed to cover the White House.
I am James Johnson, Jr., and Ethel Lois Payne was my aunt.
For Ethel Payne, the path to journalism began when she was denied admission to law school because of the color of her skin.
Couldn't control your opportunities, so you had to be prepared for whatever opportunity came along. Writing for her was a natural, something she liked to do.
1951, Payne was hired as a Washington reporter for the Chicago Defender, one of the country's leading black newspapers at the time.
I don't give a hoot whether you're Democrat or Republican in this kind of a job.
Dunnigan and Payne regularly attended President Dwight Eisenhower's news conferences.
Integration of schools on Northern Post making the latest of 1955.
1954, just 2 months after the Brown versus Board of Education ruling, Ethel Payne demanded to know whether Eisenhower would support a ban on segregation in interstate travel. Ike did not like that question.
I'd like to know if we could assume that we have administration support in getting action on this.
Well, I don't know what right you say that you have to have administration support. The administration is trying to do what it thinks to be decent and just in this country.
The moment sparked headlines of its own.
White House Press Secretary Ron Ziegler stated frankly that he was ousted.
Ethel Payne later went on to become the first black female commentator at CBS News.
Blacks aren't any different from other groups of voters.
Payne and Dunnigan were as dedicated to family as they were to their work.
My aunt was a very good cook. I can't think of one thing because everything she touched was good.
The unvarnished truth. Shown. And folks, I'm not really here to roast the GOP. That's not my style. Besides, there's nothing I can say about the GOP that Kevin McCarthy hasn't already put on tape. You know, at the same time, a lot of people say the Republican Party is too extreme, too divisive, too controlled by one person. They say it's not your father's Republican.
He about to start. If you guys listen to what he said, especially us, I don't want to say that we're a reporter or journalists, but just listen up a little bit. He's kind of speaking the truth about the freedom of speech and the free press and our governments is really important. I think we need to start highlighting and knowing things like this, guys. And the funny thing is, I was wondering, are there any YouTube content creators covering this? I mean, who are literally allowed to go to the correspondence dinner? If not, we should try and change that.
Party. Ronald Reagan said, Mr. Gorbachev, tear this wall down. Today's Republicans say, tear down Mickey Mouse's house. And pretty soon they'll be storming Cinderella's castle. You can be sure of it.
Oh, he's still talking about
seem to support one fella, some guy named Brandon. He's having a really good year, and I'm kind of happy for him.
See, he even joked. Look, he even knew what that was about.
Let me conclude with a serious word. We live in serious times. We're coming through a devastating pandemic, and we have to stay vigilant. I know Kamala wanted to be here, for example. Thankfully, she's doing well. You should all know she sends her best. We're in a time when what we so long taken for granted is facing the gravest of threats, and I'm being deadly earnest. Overseas, the liberal world order that laid the foundation for global peace, stability, and prosperity since World War II is genuinely, seriously under assault. And at home, a poison is running through our democracy. All this in place with disinformation massively on the rise. For the truth is buried by lies, and the lies live on as truth. What's clear, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, that you, the free press, matter more than you ever did in the last century. I really mean it. I've always believed that good journalism holds up a mirror to ourselves to reflect on the good, the bad, and the true. Tonight, I want to congratulate the awardees and the scholarship winners who carry on that sacred tradition. We've all seen the courage of the Ukrainian people because of the courage of American reporters in this room and your colleagues across the world who are on the ground taking their lives in their own hands. Although it's not Ukraine, it's Russia. Mom, I'd like to meet you and Dad to talk about your son. We just saw a heartbreaking video. 9 have been killed, reporting from Kyiv. Struck by kamikaze drone strike after a shopping mall attack. Shot in the neck while documenting Ukrainian fleeing. Killed when Russian missiles hit the television tower in a residential neighborhood. One journalist. A generation reckoning on race. Full pressure on you all. Deliver heat instead of shed light. Because the technology's changing so much.
That's what he's talking about.
A generation reckoning on race. An existential threat, climate change. The free press is not the enemy of the people. Far from it. At your best, you're guardians of the truth. President Kennedy once said, and I quote, without debate, without criticism, no administration, no country can succeed and no republic can survive. The First Amendment grants a free press extraordinary protection, but with it comes, as many of you know, a very heavy obligation to seek the truth as best you can, not to inflame or entertain, but to illuminate and educate. I know it's tough, and I'm not being solicitous. The industry is changing significantly. There's incredible pressure on you all to deliver heat instead of shed light, because the technology is changing so much. The system is changing, but it matters. No kidding, it matters. The truth matters.
The truth matters, even if it's ugly or beautiful. He's absolutely right. But I just thought this was kind of, you guys should check it out if you're anything like that. But I think we need to start getting more into it. I didn't really see anything about it on Black YouTube, so I decided to drop something about it. But just if you could tell me your thoughts, please like and subscribe and share. I'm being told I gotta start saying that. I haven't been saying that, so I gotta start saying that. And thank you guys for watching. I'll see you a little bit later, maybe today, hopefully. Thumbs up if you want to see a broadcast live or drop. Let's go live. Let's go live. That'll be dope. But y'all have a good rest of the day, okay? Peace.